first goaltender, Philip Grubauer. Ulrich Anderson leading out the Danes, the goaltender. Hotly anticipated owner in Group C between Germany in the black and this tightly packed Milano Row ice hockey arena. Plenty of support from both of these European nations. And Germany look to get the first attack and they get an early goal. And of course, it had to be Leon Draisaitl. His first chance of these Olympic Winter Games, and he prods it through past Anderson. Nonchalant finish with the backhand. And a perfect start for Germany, thanks to their superstar, Leon Draisaitl. Through past Anderson and get Germany in front. Towards the blue line. Oh, it's off the pipe there from Seider. He just went for a speculative, going 2 ahead. Moritz Seider from the blue line. Wrist shot. Great flight on that puck. And it's the crossbar. That may be an opportunity for some offense. Szymanski looking for Draisaitl. The German first line combining well. Draisaitl back in and shooting chance in front of the net from Truffles. And then Russell managing to get the shot away, and that was after a save at the other end by the blocker of Anderson. Now picked up here by Storm, can't quite beat the man one-on-one. And the shot coming in is saved by Grubauer. Effort there from Patrick Russell. Quite keep the puck in centre ice, but now an opportunity coming forward. It's a shot coming through on the backhand there. Pretty inventive effort. And then a scramble defence from Germany. Initially gets the puck clear, but not beyond the blue line. It goes in from deep. Cannons in off the pipe. That's the opportunity from deep. Smashed in from the blue line. And it's a clean puck straight off the upright. Inside the German zone. Back to the blue line it goes, and the captain Jensen Obo. Fight across, and then opportunity, and a goal for Denmark. Equaliser scored by Oscar Molgaard. And after Denmark's response to going one behind so early on, you have to say that is deserved. Bit of fortune about it. Molgaard probably didn't get the contact on the puck that he would have liked. Perhaps fooled Grubauer in the process. He was just sliding that left pad to try and get something. Setkov firing it forwards. In towards the German zone, they're onside. Ehlers across, and that was a big opportunity that is spurned. Doing a really good job there. As well was Orgar. Back towards the blue line, fired in. Pad save from Grubauer. Plenty of Denmark experience in the German league. One-timer effort saved by Grubauer, and just about foiling the rebound as well by getting a stick on it. Germany again protecting Grubauer's goal well. Now trying to find space up the ice. Opportunity in front, and a brilliant one-timer effort. How about that from Tim Stutzler to get Germany back ahead? Excellent back to front from Germany. Wojciech Stahalwiak was the one trying to keep it alive from the backboard, and then it was brilliantly screwed back by JJ Peterka. And he was on the way down, Tim Stutzler. but the quality of the strike enough to beat Fredrik Andersen. Didn't quite get ahead of Wagner, but the puck's still alive from the blue line. Towards the front of the net. Oh, it's quite across. And what an important interception from Grubauer. Horgar, left of the screen, you could just see emerging towards the crease, getting his skate on it in the end. There's a bit of a stick check coming in there from Moritz Seider. It might have put him off. It's a fantastic reverse play. Germany trying to get some spare ice, but giving it away in their own zone. Could be punished. Grubauer got something on that one. And again, Elas looks up to the heavens and wonders how he's not been able to get onto the scoreboard. Can they make it count this time with their specialities on the ice? Draisaitl being the main one of them. Back for Seider. Draisaitl again. The build-up, Draisaitl. Oh, it's intricate. And it's in. Germany open up a 2-goal lead with a power play goal. Tim Stutzler was the one trying to get it across, and it looks like it's unfortunately come off Oliver Laursen. Ducking low. Shoveled away by Satkov. Now, open ice. Maybe a 2-on-1 opportunity here for Denmark. Big moment for them, and Grubauer with the kick save. Bjorkstrand going short side. Oh, another important save from Andersen. Draisaitl trying to arc around the back of the net. Puts it square. And then the opportunity well denied by Andersen as Tuffels with the one-timer on the off-wing. Andersen going from and maybe a loose play for Denmark to pounce on, but the Germans again dogged, sticking in there. Draisaitl breakaway. This could be a big moment, but Andersen saves it. 22nd save overall in the match. Rolling puck. Quickly trying to shift it wide right and create that angle. On the backhand. Andersen getting the pad right behind that one. Denmark deciding to go 6-on-5 with the empty net. It's now or never for them. Another shot coming in from Oliver Bjorkstrand. Germany just doing their best to protect in front of the net. Bjorkstrand, lots of bodies to get through. Come back through again. Cannon wide once more. 3 white and red shirts hovering around the crease. How close did this get? Oh! Germany have put it in a solid display, full of defensive steel and might, and they've got the goals that they've needed to as well. Relief for Germany, delight for Philipp Grubauer, great performance from him. No goals in the final period as Denmark struggled to lay a glove on that scoreline. Germany running out winners 3-1. Germany with the victory against Denmark on day 6. Latvia with a very spirited performance against the United States, but a 5-1 reverse for them. Well, other than ice hockey, the Germans doing what they do best, with a kickabout before the start of this one, looking very relaxed indeed. Leon Draisaitl, the captain, in fine spirits. Latvia looking for what would be their first victory at an Olympic game since Sochi 2014, when they beat Switzerland. So in a group with the United States of America, which is Germany's next game, they know the importance of getting the victory here and making their prospects of qualification all the more stronger. Latvia looking to get off the mark. Well, Germany looked pretty good against Denmark. You certainly tried to give them a test, but goals from their NHL stars, particularly captain Leon Draisaitl in the first minute, and also Tim Stutzler, who got a brace, meant that they ultimately ran out 3-1 victors. There is Tim Stutzler with the 2 goals in that opener on his Olympic debut. Fine performance from the Ottawa Senators forward. And Leon Draisaitl certainly sprinkled some Milano magic here at these Olympic Winter Games with that opening goal in the first minute of that opening match. Well, the Germans stick with pretty much the same team that won that game against Denmark, including Philipp Grubauer, the awesome Seattle Kraken goaltender, who made 37 saves in that opening victory. Draisaitl and Stutzler already off the mark in what was a disciplined performance against the Danes, with no penalties conceded. Well, Latvia defeated by one of the tournament favourites, the USA, but certainly a hearty performance to be proud of, getting a goal in that encounter as well, courtesy of Renats Krastenbergs. Between the posts, Artus Shilovs will be in there from the off for this game. He came on for the final period against the United States. And at the other end of the ice, Captain Kaspas Daugavic will be on the second line. The only one of these Latvian players to play their hockey in Germany in the second division. But Latvia will be looking for another hearty and disciplined display here. They'll certainly need that. They've got 6 NHLers and 2 Stanley Cup winners in their side. And they've also got the youngest player in this tournament, number 3, defender Albert Schmidt, 18 years of age, the only draft-eligible player in this tournament. And that means that there will be eyes on Albert Schmidt, who's on the third line from the off here. His coach sees it as an opportunity for him to test himself at this level. Big performance on the biggest stage of all. You never know, you might see him in the NHL one day. The stage set at the Milano Row Ice Hockey Arena for just a second Olympic meeting between Germany and Latvia in Group C. Well, Philipp Grubauer at the front of your shot there, the number 30, absolute powerhouse in the German goal. It'll need to be a big performance from the Latvian goaltender Artus Shilovs if they're to get anything from this one, but Latvia do believe. Team Germany looking to record back-to-back wins in the preliminary round of these Milan Cortina 2026 Olympic Winter Games. Big welcome for their superstars. But the Latvians have got plenty of support here in Milano. Just listen to this. Not to be outnumbered in the crowd, and they'll be looking not to be overpowered on the ice either, despite the big names that the Germans have. Tim Stützle will look to add to his 2 goals already in this Olympic campaign. And Leon Draisaitl, always the man that the Germans will look to bring the noise here. North American duo, NHL referee from Canada, Gord Dwyer, and the American Sean McFarlane, who officiates in the German top flight, his first Olympic Games. Harold Kreis, German championship winner as a player and twice as a coach, twice represented West Germany at the Winter Games back in the 80s. Philip Grubauer, excellent stats from that first game against Denmark. One of the best in the NHL as well. 3rd top so far this season. Haris Vitalijns, 57-year-old, was world and Olympic champion when assistant coach with OAD in Pyeongchang 2018. And he's given Artus Shilovs the nod in between the pipes after that 3rd period appearance against the United States. Well, the Latvians do have 6 NHLers of their own. Probably not of the same profile of the Germans' 6 players that compete in the National Hockey League in North America. It's an even playing field here at these Olympic Winter Games, and battle about to begin between Germany and Latvia in Group C. Off and underway, and Germany getting the better of the opening face-off. The 2nd Olympic meeting between these 2 nations, and the Germans will be looking for as quick a start as they managed in their opening game. Draisaitl already trying to get it back in front from the side of the net. Latvia are able to intercept before Draisaitl on the retreat gets it back. Truffels now dumping it forwards. That's blocked. And then Latvia moving it forwards for the first time and ripping it round the backboard, where Grubauer is able to get a first touch with the stick, and it's a solid one as well to stop the progression of that puck going any further around the sides. Peterka immediately weaving his way towards the far side. Quick change of direction, gets it back to the blue line, and Germany now camped inside Latvian territory. Muller. He's going to arc round the back as well. No option in front. Stützle. Back for Muller now at the blue line. Fired in. It took a deflection on the way through, and then the rebound shot from a tight angle is blocked. Early start there from Shilovs in the Latvian goal to keep that one out. As the Germans continue to probe, Peterka's got room. Shilovs doesn't have his stick at the moment, the Latvian goaltender, and that really would have put him at a disadvantage. But now a 2-on-2 break for Latvia, opportunity coming through, and it's a brilliant stick check from Muller to make the interception and deny the Latvians their first shooting opportunity of the match. It's given time for Shilovs at the other end at least to get his stick back, as Grubauer's forced into his first pad save of the match. And after a first minute of German pressure, Latvia responding with their first attack and trying to settle the game of the rhythm that they'd like it to be. Now, opportunity through, one-on-one breakaway here for the Germans, and just like that, they take the lead. Flicking the switch, and Lucas Reichel fires home his first Olympic goal, and it's taken Germany just over 2 minutes to get their noses in front. Quick break. The Latvians caught through and running off the back at great pace. Lucas Reichel. Just the start the Germans wanted. And they're quickly becoming the fast starters in these Olympic Winter Games. Took a minute against Denmark in their first match, and just over 2 minutes, 2:06 to be precise here. There's a nice move through the zones. Kelbler and Cahoon combining to supply Reichel with the ammunition. Well, there's first power play of the game here, and sent to the penalty box is Kristians Rubins, the Latvian defender, for hooking. Opportunity in front of the crease, and denied by Shilovs. So this is the hooking call. C94 Rubins here, just around the side of Sturm and preventing him from being able to use the stick. Germany looking to waste no time at all here on the power play and the 5-on-4 advantage. Dreisaitl. Germany with their best skaters on the ice with Seider. Stutzler to Dreisaitl. Stutzler trying to get it back. That's the combination that worked so well with the power play goal against Denmark in their opening game, where they needed a little bit of fortune off the skate of a Danish defender to get it into the net. But Stutzler looking awfully dangerous once again when combining with his captain. Peterka, nice reverse. Szymanski, that front three looking electric here for Germany so far. Seider now back to Stutzler. Peterka to Dreisaitl. Dreisaitl impatient, just setting the tempo. The Latvians trying to camp in and kill the penalty with just under a minute of it remaining. Working the angle. Dreisaitl just caught under his stick and tries to pop one through, but it was blocked at source, and Seider will try and keep momentum going here for the Germans. Stutzler to the goal line. Peterka back to Stutzler again. Seider thought about the one-timer, but then was able to just move it towards Dreisaitl, in towards the centre in front of goal. Peterka nearly got something on it. Last-ditch stuff from Latvia. They're just trying to sit him firm. The Germans moving the puck nicely. Low shot through. Szymanski on the rebound. Stutzler back to Peterka again. Tries to fire one. Latvian supporters counting down the back end of this penalty killer's. Dreisaitl with a deft flick up towards the goal. Averted again by Latvia, and a big stick interception coming in there from Roberts Malmschiet, which was an important one because Dreisaitl was ready to strike. A couple of big opportunities there. Szymanski in front of the net, couldn't get the touch on that one first time round. And then Dreisaitl just lofting it through, and that could have come off Shilovs anywhere. And Shilovs able to just get enough on it to divert the puck clear. Well, Latvia back on full strength, but momentum still with Germany on the back of that first power play of the match. Shot coming in short side. Shilov spills it, and his defenders were frantically in front to be able to get the puck away. Germans making a strong start, but the slip there might open the door. Muller making sure that he isn't made to pay for that mistake. on the back around the net. Heavy forecheck coming in. Latvia putting on the pressure and doing well to recover it in German territory. Oh, now the break here in front of the net. Chance failed to make the shot. Schmidt's trying to recycle. Schmidt again, fired through low. There's 3 Latvians in front of the net as the Germans just about get the sticks in front of it. And then the Latvian going down behind the net. Referee unmoved. Germany slightly rattled there by that heavy Latvian forecheck that saw them win the puck and nearly create some opportunities of their own. Good start to the match and a good response now from Latvia after an early setback with the goal and then having to defend the power play. Back towards the blue line where it's kept alive and dumped in by Belinskis. Belinskis again, 2 options far side. And, not really on the same wavelength there. There's a stray stick behind the net which disrupted the flow of the puck. Latvia with their best phase of the game so far. Managing to get a couple of shots registered on the board. Germany coming forward here with Seider, who had more time on ice than any other German player in their opening game against Denmark. Really strong defensive performance from him. Now he's got some work to do here. 2-on-2 for Latvia as they come all the way through to the goal line. Seider preventing any shot on goal. Draisaitl now trying to turn defense into offense. Rapidly getting into the Latvian zone. Well held up though by Zula. Visman buying some time and finding Stutzler. Trying to jink his way forward with a bit of silky skill. Fighting low, took a deflection, took it wide in the end, rather than being anything that Artūrs Šilovs should worry about in the Latvian net, but coming back round once more with Paterka. Latvian supporters in fine voice, despite the fact that their team has been second best so far, but they've shown some really good results since going behind. Stutzler. Germans always a threat on transition. Allows the line changes and the reset now. Kahun. Muller. Shayless quick onto that with the heavy forecheck on the backboard. Now the shooting opportunity straight down the throat of Šilovs as Reichel looked for his second goal of the game, but it's just the one for him so far and for Germany, leading 1-0. Zila for Latvia, moving it through centre ice. Sider was strong, winning the puck back, and slightly loose with that one there. Grabauer having to come out and negotiate that effectively. Reichel, the scorer, weaving his way down the left. Flashes it back towards the hash mark, but important stick interception from Latvia there, getting the puck clear. Draisaitl. Well won by the 18-year-old Schmidt. Here he is now, bright young talent for Latvia. Fancied by many to be in the NHL before long. It's a real test of his young credentials. Draisaitl pops it off and quickly gets it back. Scuttling into the Latvian zone, but held up well by Wilmans. Get the cross on Tuffels. Icing called with the puck being sent long from inside the Latvian half of the ice. Captain Kaspars Daugavins, the only player at the Olympics to actually play outside of the top flight. He's in the second division in Germany after a brilliant career, 37 years of age. This is his fourth Olympics. Daugavins, the captain, with all that experience for Latvia. They do really have that contrast. Plenty of European top-flight experience with that contribution from the 6 NHL players as well on their roster. Here come the Germans with the Calvier. Can't quite screw it back. Stutzler. Materka, Stutzler again, controlling initially with the skate and then weaving round with the stick. Holds it up well, Sider firing low. And Latvia are in the right place there to block that. Krastenberg's deflecting the puck up and out, so there will be a pause in play in Group C, where Germany lead Latvia by a goal to nil.
Germany! All right, our champions are really making our hearts beat faster, Ireland. So, why don't we literally cool things down with a Stellantis green down?
Haris Vitolins, the Latvian head coach. Encouraged by his side start, knows they'll probably need to create a couple more clearer opportunities if they're to beat the presence of Philipp Grubauer. Wagner to Sider. Draisaitl. One-on-one on that far side, trying to arc round, maybe create an angle. It's a really good response and interception from Gergensons, who comes away now with the puck, and all of a sudden Latvia looked menacing down the other end, and Grabauer was able to stick firm with the pads in that crease, and then it fires back through and round the back of the net. Grabauer for a moment not quite sure where that puck was, but now he's safe in the knowledge that the Germans are able to attack the other way. Stutzler tripped and deterred ultimately there by the Latvians. Puck just creeps into centre ice, but Latvia retreated well to prevent any offside as they come forward again. In towards the crease once more. Grabauer standing firm, but the opportunity from Edouard Traumax. Latvia's best of the game, fired in front, just trying to take it into his stride on the stick and then work it to the right side and maybe get a backhand opportunity, but the puck just came loose from the end of the stick there for Traumax. Storm, their first to it for Germany. Flung in from distance, Grabauer cushioning the impact of that, planting it down. Germany coming down centre ice. Storm was behind Ill initially. Ill with the stick interception, can't quite keep it alive in the Latvian zone. Germany will reset. Side it to Wagner. Dumped by Sider. Michaelis with the speed to get on there first. Cahoon back to the opportunity across the slot. Wagner. Cahoon, side angle. Squirts away. Latvia sticking to the task really well here. Digging in, but the Germans with the quality and maybe some open ice as well. Redden recovered by Sabulskis. And then down the other end, shot comes in straight at Grabauer. Opportunity for Dominic Cahoon. Look at that, Artus Shilov's putting the helmet firmly onto the puck. Barely flinched. Latvia trying to flash the chance. Lugas in low. That could have gone anywhere. Sent back round. Latvia keeping up the pressure. Szymanski trying to break free. Managed to get it to Dreisaitl. Efficient defence from Germany, and they just want the puck to go long. And they've dumped it well because they've got onto that loose puck now. Kind of forced the mistake with the forecheck. Tuffel's getting into a tangle. Combination of Yaks and Zila doing the defensive business for Latvia, who send the puck long. There'll be no icing called.
Don't shoot the fucking set.
5 minutes remaining of the first period. Paterka, Stutzler. The Germans trying to add to their one-goal advantage here. Plenty of possession and sharp play, but they've been able to beat Shilov since that opening goal, and now maybe the breakaway here for Latvia. They're through great pace. The penalty is going to come actually, but despite that miss there, Grabauer standing firm, but Latvia will get a 5-on-4. Frustration that Latvia couldn't convert that opportunity, but they will get the 5-on-4 after this break. Jonas Muller, the guilty party. So the block coming in from Latvia, then the transition. And trying to burst through. You can see Sandis Vilmanis was hooked. First test of Germany's penalty kill. In these Olympic Winter Games. He managed to avoid the whole game against Denmark without conceding a penalty. You see Muller coming across there.
Germany, number 41, is going in line of penalty for slashing.
It's a slashing call. So he gets that stick and he wraps it round the front, slashing at Wilmanis. Latvia with a good chance from the power play here. First time that Germany have been tested in these Olympic Winter Games with a player disadvantage. Having to go from back to front now through the zones. Krastenbergs firing it into the centre in front of the net. The touch came through. Grubauer alert. And remaining unbeaten. Well, it was a Latvian stick that diverted it towards goal from Balchas. Maybe a break in front of the net. And this time a goal. Grubauer is beaten. And it's Dancer Lochmelis who gets Latvia level on the power play. And it's as simple as a well-won face-off. Two round the back there for Latvia. And combining to devastating effect. Gergensons to Lochmelis. Lethal. Well, Lochmelis with his first Olympic goal. And the 5-on-5 again, but Latvia now have the momentum and the bit between their teeth, and now there's tempers fraying over right in front of Philip Grubauer's crease. Officials, as we'd expect, quick to intervene. See two Latvians in front of the net. Gergensons was the one prodding at Grubauer. The puck was dead, and that created the subsequent confrontation. Especially the 22 Vilmanis gets a bit of a grazed lip at the end of that. No retrospective punishment. Officials doing well to keep this 5-on-5 into the final 4 minutes of the first period. And Latvia have their tails up, and you look at the shot count now as well, 10-5. Latvia leading in that respect after getting this level up on the power play. Krastenberg's doing brilliantly from the face-off, and then Gergenson's across for Lochmelis. The Germans had such a strong start in this contest, getting that early goal. They had the better of things in the moments after as well. Bauer disrupting the progress of Krastenberg, but not for long. Got support up with him now, and Grabauer just getting a stick in there, taking not just the puck but also Lennart Krastenberg's stick away from him. Dreisaitl can't make it stick. Loose play, chance in front of the net here. In it goes, and the Germans back in front. The Latvian error punished by Lukas Kelbler. Against the run of play, you can't be making a mistake like that. Play right in front of the net. And it was shifted to Kelbler, just found a gap somehow. Short side, Germany lead. Now Latvia trying to respond, but that will be a bit of a blow, just as they were looking on top. Now an opportunity down the other way. Grabauer forced as that last line to get something on that. Now pressure down the other end on Shilovs. Just over a minute between the two goals there. Latvia getting themselves level, and then Germany getting themselves in front again. Michaelis. Germany with the wind in their sails once again. Wagner around the back, causing chaos and confusion with the two Latvians colliding there. Then the deflected shot from the blue line. Kahun getting his stick back on that one, but Latvia coming out on top. An awful long way back, and it's forced Shilovs to act. Proactive work from him. Not only thwarting the danger, but getting Latvia back in possession with a chance for some offence. And then Batnya gets stuck on the near board. Shoveled into centre ice. Latvia have it once more. Yaks. Final minute of the first period. Icing called as Yak sends that long. No touch on it. Well, all smiles for Lukas Kelbler with that goal. And just a giveaway here. There will be a real frustration. It's the captain, Kasper Skalgovins. trying to get the puck clear. Inadvertently gifting it to Germany. Competed in more face-offs in the first round of games in the men's competition than Leon Draisaitl, losing out on that one. No icing, spinning puck goes towards the backboard. Latvia keeping on the pressure with a heavy hit, but Germany coming away with it. Stutzler and Draisaitl again looking like a terrific combination. Sadi getting involved now, shifts away, works the angle. Equal to it was Shilov's. Good reactions. That was a really slick German attack. Draisaitl. Not quite. Work it towards the blue line and keeping it there, but Germany are able to reset from centre ice. No time for any further offence from Germany, but they've been devastated with their 2 goals so far. Lucas Kelbler getting the second to put them in front at the first intermission against Latvia, 2-1.
Prendete il vostro telefono, scansionate subito il QR code sul vostro schermo, contate sul sito visainstant.com per giocare a Visa Instant Win. Potrete vincere una Milano Cortina 2026 carte del valore di 100 euro, utilizzabile esclusivamente in negozi e punti vendita ufficiali. Milano Cortina 2026.
Im Sommer, wenn das Wetter wunderschön ist, so wie heute, dann ist auch normalerweise genügend Zeit für einen Eishockeyspieler mal rauszukommen, aus der Eishalle. Und wenn er in der Eishalle ist, dann ist er normalerweise auf dem Golfplatz. Und da treffen wir hier am Kölner Golfclub zwei ganz spezielle und bekannte Gesichter.
Wir sind ja zusammen groß geworden. Meine Erinnerungen gehen daran zurück, dass wir eigentlich fast jeden Tag irgendwie was zusammen gemacht haben.
Kontertiefes, Dreisand geht zum Tor.
Aus der Luft!
Ja. Ciao.
Tiefes, er macht! Tiefes!
Jetzt trifft er ja jeden. Wir sind in Köln beim Kölner Golfclub und wir haben Verstärkung bekommen. Freddy Tiffes, hi, grüß dich. Und Leon Dreiseitel.
Hi.
Grüßt euch zwei. Danke, dass ihr Zeit habt. Ist das ein Platz hier, wo man euch im Sommer öfter trifft?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Wir haben diesen Sommer angefangen und das ist ein wunderschöner Golfkurs und macht viel Spaß hier zu spielen.
Angefangen? Du lachst schon, wie gut geht's?
Mal so, mal so. Ich würde sagen, dass wir den Ball treffen, aber jetzt nicht gerade wissen, wo der immer hinfliegt. Aber es macht Spaß und darum geht's, glaube ich.
Ihr zwei, lasst uns mal ganz kurz zurückgehen. Ihr kennt euch schon sehr lange. Ich habe irgendwo mal gelesen, deine Mama ist die Patentante vom...
Ja, andersrum, also Leons Mama ist meine Patentante und unsere Mütter haben sich in der Schule getroffen und sind zusammen zur Schule gegangen.
Und dann ist die Freundschaft quasi auf euch übergesprungen.
Ja,
Ja, auf jeden Fall.
das ist schon Ewigkeiten, ja.
Wie schaut denn euer Sommer aus? Verbringt ihr Zeit gemeinsam?
Ja gut, jetzt in der Vergangenheit hatten wir das Glück, dass wir bei der WM immer da zusammen spielen und danach sind wir dann in Köln und machen eigentlich von Tag 1 eigentlich fast jeden Tag was zusammen und ja, ich würde schon sagen, dass wir viel unternehmen zusammen.
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Wir sind oft auch in Prag, kommt er mich besuchen für eine Woche, trainiert er mit mir in Prag, dadurch dass ich meinen Sommer halt oft da verbringe und ja, wie gesagt, nach dem Training dann, ob es jetzt Golf spielen ist oder was auch immer, uns fällt schon immer irgendwas ein und ja, es ist eigentlich tagtäglich, dass wir zusammen sind und ja, macht Spaß.
Habt ihr schon ein Handicap auf dem Golfplatz oder habt ihr gerade Platzreife?
Platzreife durften wir diesen Sommer machen. Da haben wir uns
Bestanden.
Sehr gut angestellt, beim ersten Versuch direkt geklappt. Und
Komisch.
ich habe so schon mein Handicap runtergespielt und durfte mich auf 44 runterspielen.
Schau mal an. Dann würde ich noch mal sagen, wir gehen runter auf die Driving Range und schauen mal, wie die Jungs die Bälle so raushauen.
Ja, gerne.
Also wir probieren jetzt hier mal was aus. Wir haben es die ganze Zeit noch nicht geübt. Und zwar wollen wir einen Trickshot versuchen.
Ja.
Leon legt vor mit dem Ball, aufdotzen und du aus der Luft.
Ja.
Freddy.
Kein Problem.
Freddy ist der Finisher. So. Ja.
Oh. Und das Ganze beim ersten Mal. Ich kann es nicht glauben.
Boah. Oh, Junge.
Jetzt muss ich performen.
Nein.
Eins, zwei.
Ah, jetzt aber.
Jausa. Habt ihr das drauf? Sauber. Nochmal weiter.
Kontertiefes, Dreisand geht zum Tor.
Aus der Luft! Was für ein Tor von Leon Dreiseitel!
Jau. Ciao. Boah.
Wie weit?
Ich glaube 340 um den Dreh.
Also jetzt werden wir ja wirklich. Ich sehe schon, ihr habt beim Golf habt ihr den Ehrgeiz schon gefunden. Wie weit ist denn der Ehrgeiz schon im Eishockey da in der Vorbereitung? Jetzt trifft er ja jeden. Ja, man muss jetzt dazu sagen, ihr habt das vorher noch nie trainiert.
Nee, so noch nicht, nee.
Heute das erste Mal.
Ja,
und
erst
wir
mal
haben
heute.
wirklich auch nicht geübt, sondern
Nee.
die Dinger fliegen jetzt so raus. Ist jetzt kein Gag. Wie stressig ist denn so ein Sommer? Hat man wirklich Zeit noch zum Durchatmen? Früher war es ja so, eigentlich hat man ja kaum was gemacht. Der Papa war es wahrscheinlich besser. Erst am Eis hat man dann wieder die Kondition gekriegt, übertrieben. Hat sich ja komplett geändert.
Ja, ich glaube, also von den Storys, die ich gehört habe, auch durch meinen Vater. Und ich glaube, da hat sich schon einiges geändert. Ich glaube, dass heutzutage einfach jeder Athlet oder jeder Sportler so topfit ist, so topfit in die Saison geht, dass du dir das fast gar nicht erlauben kannst, da nicht auch topfit anzukommen. Von daher, gut, es nimmt halt schon, 2-3 Stunden von deinem Tag weg, aber ein Tag dauert ja auch nicht nur 3 Stunden. Von daher haben wir schon Zeit, ab und zu auch mal, wie gesagt, ein bisschen Spaß zu haben, golfen gehen, was auch immer. Also wir finden da schon immer unsere Zeit.
Ich habe viel Spaß gehabt heute am Eis. Du hast heute mittrainiert bei den Kölner Haien. Wie oft könnt ihr gemeinsam aufs Eis gehen? Das ist schon was Besonderes für euch, das merkt man.
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Also, wir sind ja zusammen groß geworden und immer wenn wir die Chance, oder ich die Chance habe, mit Leon zu trainieren, ist das natürlich was Cooles und macht riesig Spaß. Ach du Scheiße! Ja, besser als deiner!
Habt ihr das auch? Habt ihr das drauf?
Eigentlich ist das ja nur bei der WM der Fall und dann an Tagen wie heute, da Leon ja den größten Teil seiner Vorbereitung in Prag verbringt. Aber ja, desto mehr Spaß macht es ja auch und dann versucht man das meiste aus dem Tag rauszubekommen.
Erzählt mal, wie lange kennt ihr euch schon mal? Wann habt ihr gemeinsam mit dem Eishockey angefangen?
Also wir kennen uns, ich würde sagen, ich bin ein bisschen älter, seit der Geburt. Ich würde mal davon ausgehen, dass meine Mutter mit mir Sandra und Leon, sag ich mal, kurz nach der Geburt besucht hat. Und natürlich kann ich mich da nicht dran erinnern, aber dann hat es schon früh angefangen. Und so meine Erinnerungen gehen daran zurück, dass wir eigentlich fast jeden Tag irgendwie was zusammen gemacht haben, dass entweder ich bei Leon war oder Leon bei mir. Da war natürlich auch viel Eishockey mit drin. Also haben wir natürlich unsere Eltern auch oft gestresst in der Wohnung oder im Haus mit den lauten Geräuschen vom Plastikschläger. Aber wenn ich zurückdenke, das war eine richtig geile Zeit. Wir hatten immer viel Spaß.
Und früher immer, das hieß Kirchplätzchen beim Freddy um die Ecke. Da haben wir immer wirklich jeden Tag haben wir da Rollhockey gespielt und mit seinem Bruder noch, mit dem Dominik auch. Und dann haben wir immer gegen, Freddy und ich gegen 5 andere Jungs, dann haben wir denen immer 9 Tore Vorsprung gegeben und haben bis 10 gespielt, aber wir haben jedes Mal noch gewonnen. Und wenn wir dann, noch eine lustige Story ist, wenn wir was zu trinken wollten, hatten wir immer so einen Durst und das waren, ich weiß nicht, wie lange, mit den Rollschuhen 5 Minuten ungefähr. Und dann haben wir uns immer angeguckt, der Dominik und ich. Dann haben wir immer gesagt, der Schnellste muss laufen. Weil Dominik und ich, wir sind ja nicht gerade die begnadeten Schlittschuhläufer. Dann haben wir den Freddy immer geschickt und der Freddy, der ist immer abgetrabt und hat uns allen zu trinken geholt. Also.
Du hast aber damals schon gesehen, dass du so ein schneller Schlittschuhläufer bist? Oder waren die bloß faul und wollten nicht heim?
Ja, wahrscheinlich ein bisschen von
beides.
beidem was, aber ja, ich glaube, ich habe es dann so ein bisschen als Challenge gesehen, jedes Mal irgendwie schneller zu Hause zu sein und schneller wieder zurück zu sein. Und hat ja trotzdem Spaß gemacht. Auch.
Die beiden sind ja dann irgendwann nach Krefeld gewechselt. Das war ein trauriger Tag für mich. Aber ja, dann wie lange wart ihr in Krefeld?
6 Jahre.
6 Jahre und dann kann ich mich noch an den Anruf erinnern. Dann haben sie mich angerufen und haben gesagt, dass sie zurückkommen nach Köln. Und dann war für mich, das war einer der besten Tage meines Lebens. Also das war schon cool, dann wieder auch nach so vielen Jahren wieder mit dem Freddy und mit dem Dominik zusammenzuspielen. Also schon viele coole Sachen erlebt auf jeden Fall.
War das davor oder danach, wo du mal Fußball gespielt hast?
Es müsste eigentlich
noch die
mittendrin.
Kölner Zeit ganz am Anfang. Ich weiß, ich habe nur ein halbes Jahr Fußball gespielt.
Du hast auch
wir gegeneinander gespielt.
Leon hat tatsächlich mal ein Jahr aufgehört, Eishockey zu spielen, weil er Fußball spielen wollte. Du hast dann auch Fußball aufgehört und bist dann wieder...
Zum Glück. Fußball ist nicht so meins, aber er hat auch aufgehört.
Du hast auch gemacht?
Ja, ich habe auch Fußball gespielt.
Dann haben wir gegeneinander gespielt, sogar im Fußball. Ja. So.
Aber nicht so erfolgreich. Also Leon sagt zwar, dass er nicht so gut ist, aber Leon hat schon ein bisschen mehr Fußtalent als ich. Wobei mir wird nachgesagt, dass ich so spiele wie Riquelme damals von Argentinien.
Juan Carlos Riquelme.
Aber Leon spielt schon ein bisschen besser. Ja.
Ich habe mal in der Statistik nachgeschaut. 2008, 2009 hast du, Freddy, 44 Punkte gemacht, Leon 43. Wenn man so genau schaut, ihr habt euch gebettelt um die Punkte. So schaut es aus, wenn man die Statistik anschaut. War das auch so immer Zweikampf, wer ist besser zwischen euch zwei?
Nee, ich glaube, da waren wir noch ein bisschen zu jung für auch, um ehrlich zu sein, um das so. Ich glaube, Freddy und wir haben uns immer auf so eine. Wir haben ja, wenn wir zusammen gespielt haben in einer Mannschaft, dann haben wir ja immer in einer Reihe gespielt. Wir haben immer zusammen gespielt und meistens war das dann so, wenn er ein Tor geschossen hat, dann hatte ich einen Assist oder andersrum. Also ich glaube, dass das damals noch nicht so, wie sagt man dazu, das war noch nicht diese Competitiveness, das war noch nicht so zu einem Punkt, wo man das jemandem nicht gönnt.
Ja, für mich jetzt, ich fand das also zwischen Leon und mir war es für mich immer so, dass es war irgendwie gar kein Wettkampf. Also für mich, das war so familiär halt, deswegen habe ich das eigentlich nie so verspürt.
Ich habe noch eine perverse Statistik gefunden. In der Saison 2010, 2011, Leon, hast du in 29 Spielen 97 Tore geschossen. Dominika 206 Punkte gemacht. Was zum Teufel war da los?
Ich weiß es nicht.
Ja, wir waren auch schon das Jahr davor ziemlich gut unterwegs und ja, dann hat uns der Trainer auch zusammengetan, also haben wir voneinander auch profitieren können und er hat meistens die Tore gemacht, ich habe sie aufgelegt und ja, es war ein ganz gutes Jahr.
Nee, das war das Jahr, wo der Freddy dann nach Mannheim gekommen ist und der Freddy dann schon in der DNL gespielt hat und für uns, wir waren halt zu dem Zeitpunkt noch nicht wirklich, wir haben mittrainiert im Sommer, aber wir waren dann noch nicht wirklich bereit dafür, in der DNL zu spielen und dann sind wir halt noch ein Jahr zu den Schülern runtergegangen und da haben wir dann auch zusammen gespielt, der Dominik und ich, und das haben wir dann relativ erfolgreich gestaltet.
Leon kenne ich natürlich schon eine lange Zeit jetzt, früher bei den Jungadlern oder bei den Schülern zusammen gespielt, zusammen auch gewohnt. Wir hatten sehr, sehr viel Spaß. Es ist immer noch so, wenn wir zusammen
to wave out that initial pressure. They did get a power play after nice play from Gergensons and also Renars Chastenbergs from the face-off. And then Lucas Kelbler to helping to assist that man with the first goal. He then was able to score Germany's second. It felt against the run of play. Might have been one that Artus Shilovs thought he could have done a little bit better with in retrospect as well, but does mean Germany leads with one period down and 2 to go. Captain Kaspers Dalgovich will have been disappointed with the hook giveaway for Germany's second. Plenty of time still to go. More action to come in period 2, just moments away. And Dreisaitl doing what he does. Not just so effective with the puck in open ice, but Germany's most reliable man at the face-off as well. Sider standing up well one-on-one to prevent the attack from Vilmanis. Dreisaitl, deflected puck, loops towards the far corner. turn it out well. Down the centre, it's the blocker of Grubauer that keeps the puck away, and Germany able to build from the back. Peterka looking for Draisaitl, who was already heading towards the bench for a shift change. It's going to be a penalty coming up here against Germany. So an early power play for Latvia, and we all know what happened on the last one in the first period where they were able to get the goal.
Germany penalty, 19, 2 minutes holding.
So Wojciech Stachowiak, 2 minutes for holding around the back of the net. Stachowiak, first the left arm and then trying to wrap round with the right as well, stopping the progress of Krastenbergs. Took Latvia 32 seconds on the power play in the first period to score. Immediately trying to get white and burgundy jerseys in front of the net there, but Germany get it away. Krastenbergs motoring up the ice all the way down the centre. Muller with the stick check there to divert it away. Krastenbergs. And back well, but Germany are the ones digging in midway through this penalty kill, and then it's the last pass back. Batanya. Now trying to inject some pace into it. Across the slot it goes. Bluggers was just short of the puck as it went across him. Schmidt, the 18-year-old, the youngest in the men's ice hockey competition at these Olympic Winter Games. Bluggers to Batanya. Bluggers round the back. Schmidt spare. Latvia keeping the puck moving. 20 seconds remaining of the power play. It's on to the pad of Grubauer. And then there's going to be another penalty here. And that will even things up.
Latvia penalty, 95, 2 minutes, hooking.
So Oscar's Batanya for hooking is now in the box, and that ends Latvia's advantage there. It will be momentarily 4-on-4. Just a desperate stretch with that stick. Ten seconds of 4-on-4, and then Germany will have the player advantage for a power play of their own. Draisaitl. Now Germany back at full strength and have the advantage. Disappointing power play that for Latvia. But now they have to quickly focus and switch to the penalty kill. Well blocked in the centre. Stutzler back for Seider. Stutzler back spare on the left again. Space to get into to fire the shot away. Szymanski was the one in front of the net who actually blocked it there. Szymanski sniffing around once more. Catches the leaping puck and is able to get it back around for Peterka. Seider. Oh, mistake from him. And then almost an opportunity for Captain de Galvinch to break clear, but not for long. Peterka back left. Stutzler. Seider is the option back on the blue line. Stutzler goes square instead. Rebound in front. Germany can't get a second shot in. Good save from Shilovs from the initial effort. Stutzler will fire one back in low again. And another opportunity, but Peterka couldn't reach it with his stick. Szymanski just loitering in front of the net. A couple of opportunities. He had himself, but was also trying to create all in there. Germany with another wave in the final 20 seconds of the power play now. Jovanka will collect. Sent back round the back. Stolen in centre ice by Latvia. No chance for the transition though. But they have survived and are back to full strength. And almost a breakthrough. The puck killed by Shilovs. After the back check there from Cibulskis. This was just as Latvia got back 5-on-5. Cibulskis just getting a check in on Raider. After getting himself in a bit of a tangle. To make sure he wasn't cross-checking there. Cibulskis. Schmidt into centre ice. We have done well to get into the German zone here. Now an opportunity in front, trying to squeeze it through. Grabauer, heroics with his glove, down low to his left while his body was going to his right. Schmidt. Back to the blue line. Strong defensive work from Bisman back there for Germany. Schmidt returns it. Grabauer repels. Muller trying to work it towards centre ice. Schmidt returning with interest. Voracek coming in there from Latvia, who shot comes in but was blocked, and then there's going to be a penalty coming in against the Germans now. So Latvia have more opportunity to assert some dominance here. They'll have a 5-on-4 power play very shortly, but they're still trailing Germany at this little break by 2-1. Jonas Muller back in the box for a second time. After conceding the penalty in the first period, holding this
Germany,
time.
Number 41, 2-minute minor penalty for holding.
Will hope to be a lot more penetrative than they were on the last power play, which ended up with them conceding a penalty of their own. Krastenberg's forced back. Heavy forecheck by Germany with 2 up there. Latvia scurrying to try and break back through in towards the German zone. And again, repelled. They're the first test of the German penalty kill after conceding no penalties in the victory over Denmark. Now another penalty coming. And it'd be a 5-on-3 situation, and no wonder Harold Kreis is grimacing. Tripping from Tobias Rieder. What's the number 8 there? Just getting the slightest touch, skate on skate. Schmelis going down. Rieder in the box. Not a decision that's universally agreed on in the crowds. But regardless, 5-on-3 now for Latvia. What an opportunity this ought to be for the extra space on the ice to work the puck into and trying to get a shooting lane. Balchers getting it back, moving it to the right. Not much pace on this puck at the moment from Latvia, just biding their time, but quickly it'll fizzle out as the Germans have their 3 best on there. Seider, Storm and Wagner to try and see this through. Balchers thinking of letting fly, blocked by Seider. Back again. Storm this time in the way. Might be really struggling here, but eventually get the goal. It only needed one moment. They were patient and worked for it. But Lochmelis scores his 2nd of the game, both on the power play, and Latvia level again. It just looked like Germany were going to be able to just sit in, but eventually Lochmelis, you can see he's in the circle, he eventually works that shot with lethal accuracy into the top corner of Philipp Grubauer's net. You felt like they had to make that 5-on-3 advantage count, and they did. Germany have 1 player back on ice, but Latvia still have a 5-on-4 situation for the best part of a minute, with Rieder still in the box. And these Latvian power plays lead to another goal. Germany will try and stop these goals coming in 2s. We've been able to see out that phase. Schmidt, the youngster. Luggers. Now Rieder back on the ice, and Germany finally at full strength. 5-on-5 after momentarily being down to 3 and conceding in the process. Schmidt. Oh, that's straight pass, straight through. Draisaitl save. Big save, Shilovs. As Draisaitl broke through after a Latvia mistake. Still the pressure on. Draisaitl again. Stutzler. Paterka around the outside. Denied at the near post. Stutzler handles that puck so well. Latvia not giving it up. Now trying to transition themselves. Draisaitl through. Can he stop the puck? Goes round the back. Now an opportunity in front of net. Backhand from Draisaitl. Late check coming in there. That was really important from Rubins. And Real Manis down the other end. And in front of the net, deflects wide. 2-2, this game finally poised. Every moment really important at this juncture when both teams are trying to arm wrestle for an advantage in the game. Blue guess. Didn't quite move it on one more there. Now Krustenbergs. And then offside. Well, relentless stuff. Big chance for Latvia to go ahead, but they are level with Germany here. 2 goals each. As Latvia have got themselves in a position now where they believe they could get their first Olympic victory since Sochi 2014. And what an upset it would be here if they were to beat Germany. Silver medalist from 2018. 3-time world silver medalists as well. But Latvia right in this thanks to this man's goals. Chaotic second period so far, with 4 penalties in it, and there's going to be a 5th coming up now. Latvia going to have another player in the box.
Latvia number 77, 2-minute minor penalty for hooking.
Hooking from Kristaps Zila. It's the second penalty that Latvia have conceded in this second period. Hooking around the side of Mark Michaelis. Another power play where Germany will be trying to take advantage of. Both their goals coming at equal strength in this game. Back for Seider. Paterka in the circle. 2 Germans trying to get in front of the net. Stutzler's one that's come away now. Sent round the back. It's a loose play. Latvia trying to get their caps on this and sending it out of the zone, which they managed to do as it gets out of the reach of Stutzler. Seider from the back. Stutzler again, such a big part of every German move when he's on the ice, the number 18. 2 goals in the opening game against Denmark. Playing it back to Seider here. Now Draisaitl. Stutzer on the other side. Fires low again. Saved by the pad of Shilovs. Recovered. Now Seider. Draisaitl ahead of him. Looks to manoeuvre across the net. Deflects through. Seider steering it to Draisaitl once more, this time on the off wing. Trying to get the shot in himself, but it goes wide. And as it cannons off the backboard, it gives Latvia some relief. With 35 seconds remaining on this German power play. Draisaitl motoring through, might go alone here, shifts the angle. Really good late interception coming in, and now Latvia have the opportunity on the transition down the other end. Good opportunity for them just to get the puck north up the ice and see out some more vital seconds. Germany with one more attack on this 5-on-4. Wisman able to avoid being offside there as he broke beyond the blue line. Stutzler in the circle, low shot, it comes off the crossbar. Again, Shilov getting a slice of it. And Latvia back to full strength with a big sigh of relief after some serious German pressure there. Now an opportunity through centre ice. 1-on-1 coming forwards, trying to get on the reverse there was Vielmendis, and in the end it's intercepted. Wisman relieved after having to backtrack momentarily. Now another opportunity, deflection takes it up into the netting. But Germany were the ones with the opportunity on the back end of that power play there. Shot coming in off the frame of the goal. And it's a clean strike. Stutzler all the way through. Not much Shilovs could have done about that one. Right in front of him, he had the presence of Tobias Rieder. Zila back on the ice. Balchus trying to get the puck in towards a central area. Out for icing as Germany sent that puck down the ice behind their own line. Draisaitl then with his gloves off and ice on the little finger on his right hand. Just a precaution, the Germans will be hoping. They don't want to be without their star man for the remainder. Zila fires one through, off the backboard, sent back in again. Rebounds out, panic for Germany as Latvia getting just a bit more territory than they've had in the last few minutes in this period. Been very bitty at times. Latvia haven't been able to assert any kind of dominance since getting themselves level. In the circle, spun shot. Defended well by Germany. Ill now, breaking beyond the blue line. Big hit coming in, but Ill's able to keep possession of the puck. No chance to carve an opportunity out there. Latvia send the puck clear, and now they might have a 3-on-1 if they play it well enough. Shooting opportunity, big save from Grubauer. While such was the way that Wisman was defending there for Germany, forced a shot, and then Grubauer had his angles covered. Big moment for Latvia. Send the puck upwards again. Grubauer is able to intervene behind his net. And Germany have possession once more. Well, Latvia still edging this on the shot count. That was their biggest moment since equalising. Now an opportunity for the captain, turning it back. Opportunity in front of the net. Sent through, but no one in a white jersey able to get on the end of Krastenberg feeding it there. Draisaitl back on the ice, which There's some relief for the Germans after needing that bit of ice there momentarily, but the game's still locked at 2 apiece between Germany and Latvia. He's currently sitting out the next few minutes with injury as well after a heavy hit from the teenager Schmidt. Just gingerly coming off the ice there and getting some treatment. Another face-off won by Dreisaitl, who's 9th of the match. Sider then sending it forwards, it deflects out of the ring. Won by Dreisaitl. Stutzler thought he saw a window of opportunity. It's another spiralling puck that goes out. Couple of mementos for the crowd potentially. Latvia sending long, but that will be icing as they were inside their own half of the ring. Plenty of thinking to do with a game as perfectly poised as this. Sider, for Wagner. Sider sends it through. Latvia quickly getting on the puck first. And overturned in a very offensive position there by Germany. Turka sending it across space on the ice. Difficult though for Stutzler to bring that under his spell. And then Latvia thought they momentarily had a 3-on-2 situation, but now Dreisaitl, his eyes lighting up, back on the ice and not able to get it on target. Another big moment, passing Dreisaitl by. Just hasn't been able to quite find his range in this game, but on the back check there, he's able to make an important interception to stop the progress of Vilmanis. Stutzler through the legs. He goes straight into centre ice, and then there'll be an offside called, halting Latvia's progress. Dreisaitl with the moment though, he's had a couple in this period, coming in off the right, and unable to find that far side of the netting. Shilov's out of his crease. Might have narrowed the angles down there, but Dreisaitl will know. Could have got that on target with his quality. No shots in this game from Leon Dreisaitl, unable though to find the back of the cage. Rest of the possession of the puck from the face-off. Latvia's gone away with it. Progress halted though. Novinskis tried to get through. No icing on that one. Germany fight to keep possession high up the ice. Flick through just into that area there behind the goal line where there's the broken stick. That shrapnel still on the ice. Gavanka around the back of his own net. He's met by the heavy hit by Batnya. Ill trying to break through. Latvia well positioned. And the puck goes flying out of the rink. Moritz Seider has certainly put in the shifts in the opening two games. No German had more time on ice than him in the opening game. And he leads all skaters in this game as well at 17:30. Hill sending it round the back. Too hot for Shilov to get anything on his stick. Gavanka trying to return it. Picked up eventually by Latvia. Melis loses out. Hill on the transition. Now an opportunity for Reda. Fired in from the wing, straight into the glove of Shilov. Well, a minute remaining. No sign of tension in the crowd, despite the even score line. This one could go either way. But the Milano Row crowd enjoying what's on offer. .50 on the face-off so far. Germany coming out with that one. Shot saved by Shilovs. The Latvians here in good number indeed, young and old. Got back in front of the net, one-timer coming through from Stutzler, probably his best opening of the match, unable to get it on target, but then he's supplier for Dreisaitl, and it's another effort for him that saves. Stutzler, space opening up here for Germany now. Peterka couldn't get a shot in on that occasion. Dreisaitl reverse for Stutzler, Peterka in the centre, it's a reverse play in towards Peterka, but intercepted well. Still the pressure on though, four phase from Germany, unable to get the shot in there. Dreisaitl going down after the slip from the captain, Dogalvins, and now it's Latvia able to get their stick on the puck and send it clear. Dogalvins, opportunity there for Blugas. Thwarted by Germany. Stutzler again. You know, so impressive, but unable to get on the scoreboard, and Latvia in that period leveled things up at 2 apiece. Germany with a late offensive in that period, they're unable to score, and it means going into period 3, it's Germany 2, Latvia 2.
Bei der WM oder bei der Nationalmannschaft uns treffen, dann sind wir noch so wie früher eigentlich und machen viel Blödsinn.
Es gibt ja jetzt einige von eurem Jahrgang, 95er, also nicht nur ihr zwei, sondern Dominik Kahun, einer Marc Michelis hat damals auch in der Mannschaft gespielt, die unheimlich stark sind. Warum ist dieser 95er Jahrgang so stark?
Das ist der goldene Jahrgang Deutschlands.
Ja, ist er momentan wirklich. Aber habt ihr
nein, das war ein Spaß. Aber
ist er schon?
nee, ich weiß nicht. Ich glaube, dass wir halt damals sehr viele gute Möglichkeiten hatten, uns halt mit wirklich Jungs zu messen, die zu dem Zeitpunkt halt top der Welt waren. Wir hatten andauernd Turniere in Schweden, in Finnland, in Kanada, in den USA und ich glaube, da haben wir halt alle sehr, sehr viel gelernt und uns auch gegenseitig so ein bisschen gepusht, uns halt besser zu machen.
Ja, wenn der andere mal ein bisschen erfolgreicher ist, dann möchte man natürlich nachziehen und ich denke mal, das hat auf jeden Fall geholfen. Also ich denke mal, wenn man sich mit guten Leuten umgibt, dann gibt es einem die Chance, dass man eigentlich genau in die gleiche Richtung geht. Und vielleicht war das bei uns in dem Jahrgang genau der Fall.
Freddy habe ich damals auch kennengelernt, wo er dann nach Mannheim kam. Also ich kannte den natürlich als Gegenspieler, da er natürlich auch schon der beste Spieler von Köln war. Das hat sich damals so rumgesprochen. Dann kam er zu uns und ist natürlich direkt gut angekommen, ist gut in die Gruppe rein und haben uns da auch ziemlich gut angefreundet und dann natürlich die ganzen Nationalmannschaftsjahrgänge immer zusammen abgehangen und ja, das ist natürlich geblieben und das ist so, dass ich meistens jetzt mit dem Freddy auf dem Zimmer bin und der Leon kommt dann natürlich zu uns rüber und ja, dann schauen wir uns zusammen die Spiele an, die anderen Spiele von der WM oder schauen wir irgendwelche Filme und das ist schon immer ganz lustig.
Ihr habt euch dann entschieden, in Deutschland das Nachwuchsprogramm zu verlassen, sage ich jetzt mal, nach Nordamerika rüber zu gehen. Was waren die Gründe? Habt ihr euch abgesprochen? Es sind ja auch einige rübergegangen von diesem Jahrgang.
Ja, ich glaube, damals hat das dann so ein bisschen angefangen. Ich glaube, der Tobi Rieder oder der Tom Kühnackel, da hat das dann so... Natürlich waren auch Jungs davor schon in Kanada oder Amerika, aber ich glaube, da hat das dann so angefangen, dass das halt eine wirkliche Option war. Und wie gesagt, unser Jahrgang war halt sehr gut und da gab es halt wirklich Teams, die interessiert waren an uns. Und ja, mir fällt das immer ein bisschen schwer, da jetzt so meine eigene Meinung zu sagen, weil im Endeffekt muss, glaube ich, jeder selbst immer seine Route wissen. Jetzt sieht man das an Moritz Seider. Ja, er ist nicht rübergegangen und da scheint es auch ganz gut zu laufen. Also da muss jeder immer so ein bisschen seinen eigenen Weg finden und ich glaube, das haben viele von uns gemacht.
Ich denke mal, bei uns war es einfach top, weil wir rübergegangen sind und dann auch wieder in so einen Kreis reingekommen sind, wo es halt um Plätze ging und wo wir direkt gelernt haben, dass man Leistung bringen muss und dass man sich auch gegenseitig betteln muss, um einen Platz zu bekommen. Und ja, also ich glaube, das hat mir auf jeden Fall geholfen, der ständige Wettkampf um halt Plätze. Und ich weiß jetzt nicht, ob das der Fall in Deutschland unbedingt ist, dass hier sind halt weniger Leute spielen generell Eishockey und dann gibt es noch weniger, die wirklich gut sind. Und dann man weiß, okay, man spielt erste, zweite Reihe. Drüben ist das halt nicht der Fall. Es spielen erstmal viel mehr Eishockey, dann gibt es viel mehr, die gut sind. Und dementsprechend muss man sich auch weiter pushen.
Haben wir, was du gerade ansprichst, haben wir genügend gute, junge deutsche Nachwuchsspieler?
Letztes Jahr, wo ich jetzt hier hingekommen bin, die Jungs trainieren bei uns mit und da sind wirklich, die Jungs können alle Eishockey spielen. Also das ist nicht der Fall, dass die kein Talent haben. Ja, ob es jetzt eine Frage ist, ob sie eine Chance bekommen oder nicht, weiß ich jetzt auch nicht. Aber ich finde, das Talent ist auf jeden Fall da.
Du sagst die Chance, da stelle ich die Frage auch, weil es sich gleich anbietet. Haben wir zu viele Importlizenzen in der DEL? Um deutschen Spielern, vielleicht jungen deutschen Spielern tatsächlich eine reelle Chance zu geben, damit sie auch Eiszeit bekommen, sich entwickeln können?
Ich finde das immer das ist so Two-Way Street. Auf der einen Seite sind es vielleicht zu viele, auf der anderen Seite, wenn die Deutschen wirklich besser sind, dann würden sie auch spielen. Also finde ich jetzt, oder wenn du generell besser bist, dann wirst du
ja, man
auch
muss
spielen.
halt, meiner Meinung nach, wenn man das macht, dann muss man halt in den Kauf nehmen, dass die Liga sich vom Niveau halt wahrscheinlich für einen gewissen Zeitraum für ein paar Jahre halt vielleicht ein bisschen verschlechtert. Das muss man halt in Kauf nehmen dann. Aber ich sag mal, wenn die Jungs dann mehr spielen, dann wird die Liga irgendwann auch wieder besser, wenn die Jungen kommen und immer mehr spielen und so. Aber wie gesagt, ich glaube, der Freddy hat das schon richtig gesagt. Das ist immer so ein bisschen so eine Two-Way-Street. Alle wollen immer gutes Niveau sehen und Top-Spieler da haben. Aber oft sind es halt auch die Ausländer, die das dann, die das, sag ich mal, das Niveau vielleicht noch ein bisschen höher bringen. Aber trotzdem kann ich auch verstehen, dass viele Leute oder meiner Meinung nach auch, dass auf jeden Fall zu viele Ausländerpositionen sind.
Welches Potenzial hat das deutsche Eishockey insgesamt? Jetzt du hast schon 5 Weltmeisterschaften gespielt, Freddy, du 3. Wo seht ihr das deutsche Eishockey momentan?
Ich glaube, dass wir auf einem guten Weg sind, dass wir auf dem richtigen Weg sind. Dass wir halt die Masse an guten Spielern halt einfach, ich glaube, dass das noch ein bisschen dauert, dass, sag ich mal, nicht einer in jedem Draft kommt oder dass da halt mehrere Jungs sind, die das Potenzial haben, eine WM zu spielen oder eine Olympiade oder sogar in der NHL oder wo auch immer. Also ich glaube, dass wir auf einem guten Weg sind und hoffentlich geht das so weiter.
Lass uns vielleicht noch eins machen. Was war dein wichtigstes Tor bisher? Komm, jetzt muss man...
Ich weiß, was du da welche Antwort da kommen soll, aber wichtigstes weiß ich jetzt nicht, aber klar, manchmal nervt das auch ein bisschen, wenn man immer auf das Tor von der WM angesprochen wird, aber das war natürlich ein
der ist so berühmt schon, der wird immer darauf angesprochen.
Wunderschöner Moment, speziell zu dem Zeitpunkt. Ansonsten dieses Jahr, da, was auch cool war, wo wir 3-1 hinten waren gegen Ingolstadt. Dann, dass wir noch 4-3 zurückgekommen sind, da ein Tor zu schießen, war auch super, weil du halt mit dem Team das ganze Jahr zusammen bist. Und dann hat das auch nochmal eine Wichtigkeit, wenn man anstatt nur 3 Wochen mit dem Team zusammen ist, halt ein ganzes Jahr und so zusammenwächst. Aber da jetzt eins rauszupicken, weil es jetzt nicht ein so große Tor habe ich jetzt auch nicht gemacht.
Also. Lass uns hier noch ein paar Trickshots raushauen. Ihr habt ja schon gut angefangen.
Komm, Freddy.
Der erste über die Wolken. Der war gut, ey.
Oh! So, wir sind jetzt am Golfplatz angekommen. Platz 17, Verstärkung bekommen. Sven Gerbig, früherer Eishockey-Profi. Wir haben gemeinsam mal gespielt, Sven. Du bist ja besser in Shape wie früher. Was ist los?
Ja, ich verzichte jetzt auf Pasta.
Ja? Nö. Auf jeden Fall arbeitest du hier im Kölner Golfclub jetzt. Danke, dass du das Ganze für uns auch mit organisiert hast. Hast du eine kleine Challenge für die zwei? Wir haben ja schon gesehen gehabt. Sie betteln sich ja ganz gerne. Hast du was?
Definitiv. Das typische Golfspiel, wer kann ihn länger hochhalten?
Wen?
Richtig. So, ihr habt 2 Wedges in der Hand. Spiel ist ganz einfach. Wedge, Ball und dann einfach versuchen, das Ding so lang hochzuhalten, wie ihr könnt.
Okay.
Best of 3, Moment. Wir müssen natürlich was ausspielen. Clubhaus. Wer dem anderen einen Hamburger macht.
Ja, das klingt gut.
Machen wir.
Also der Verlierer macht den Hamburger.
Verlierer muss dem anderen einen Hamburger machen.
Okay.
Ja.
Auf die Plätze, fertig, los.
Okay, das erste, du hast ihn spät runtergeschmissen, taktisch, Leon.
Ja,
aber
ist ja egal.
du hast ihn länger gehabt. Also
Okay.
1-0 für den Leon. Ich gebe jetzt das Go. Kannst du nicht später einschmeißen.
Okay.
Auf die Plätze, fertig, los. Oh. 2-0. Also das heißt, der Leon kriegt einen Hamburger von dir.
Aber ich weiß nicht, ob das gut ist.
Ob dein Hamburger gut ist?
Ob das gut ist, dass Leon gewonnen hat, weil jetzt kriegt er meinen Hamburger.
Bist du ein schlechter Koch? Kochst nicht?
Nee, kochen tue ich gar nicht.
Du hast mir gesagt, du grillst auch nicht.
Nee.
Vergiftung morgen.
Jetzt wollen wir natürlich schauen. Das ist ein Paar 3-Loch. Wie lang ist das?
Das dürfte jetzt von dem Abschlag so circa 110 Meter sein.
Ist es realistisch, mit dem Eishockeyschläger ein Paar zu spielen?
Ja, bei den Bodenverhältnissen gerade, viel Roll, auf jeden Fall. Also man kann den flach spielen und dann rollt er irgendwie aufs Grün, das ist möglich, ja.
Ja gut, dann würde ich doch sagen, wir probieren es mal. Ja, also du kannst ihn auch hochlegen und aus der Luft schlagen.
Der ist gut.
Der kommt mit der. Doch.
Ja, der kommt. Gut, erster Schlag. Paar ist noch drin.
Sauce.
Vielleicht Sauce einfach, ne?
Boah, der ist hier drüber gerollt. Nein, du arme Sau.
Ja. Also Hocke 4.
Und du, Leon?
8.
Also
Auf jeden Fall verloren.
4 Zapfen.
Er hat mich sehr gefreut.
Ja.
Ja.
So ein wunderschöner Golftag. Neigt sich dem Ende zu. Es hat echt Spaß gemacht mit euch, Leute. Aber bevor wir gehen, ein paar Fragen brauchen wir natürlich schon noch. Leon, du kommst von einer Wahnsinnssaison. Ich glaube, jetzt hast du ja auch ein bisschen Zeit gehabt, das Ganze mal ein bisschen sacken zu lassen. Du hast über 100 Punkte gemacht, du hast 50 Tore erzielt in der NHL. Hast du jetzt so, wo die neue Saison losgeht, begriffen, was da eigentlich passiert ist letztes Jahr?
Ja, ich denke, dass man das schon begreift und ja, in einem gewissen Maße da natürlich auch stolz drauf ist. Und das bin ich auch, aber ich bin eigentlich jetzt nicht so der Typ, der sich darauf lange ja, ausruht. Ich glaube, dass mein Gedanke schon für die nächste Saison komplett da ist und dass ich mich halt einfach auf die nächste Saison versuche, so gut wie möglich vorzubereiten.
Freddy, du bist letztes Jahr nach Köln zurückgekommen von Nordamerika. Warst am Anfang verletzt, hast aber dann richtig stark eingeschlagen, muss man wirklich sagen, bei den Haien. Wie siehst du die erste Saison?
Ja, auf jeden Fall positiv. Das Jahr davor war nicht ganz so leicht in Amerika. Und eigentlich das, was ich mir erhofft habe, ist eingetreten. Ich bin zurück nach Köln gekommen, in bekannte Umgebung und habe mich super wohl gefühlt. War in der Lage, mit meinem Bruder zu spielen, mit Leuten, die ich ganz lange kenne und habe wirklich sehr, sehr viel Spaß gehabt, Eishockey zu spielen. Die Mannschaft war super und ja, war auf jeden Fall ein Schritt in die richtige Richtung und macht Mut für das kommende Jahr.
Freddy, wenn die Saison vom Leon vorbei ist, wie viele Tore hat er erzielt?
Ja, ich wünsche ihm natürlich nochmal so eine Ausbeute zu holen. Ja, über 50. Aber ich denke...
Immer Druck
ja,
machen.
ich glaube, Leon macht es. Also Druck spielt da keine Rolle. Aber was mich mal freuen würde, wenn Leon mal die Playoffs wieder schaffen würde. Ich glaube, das ist auch ein großes Ziel von Leon. Und dann wird er vielleicht auch ein paar Tore abgeben, um das Ziel zu erreichen.
Wie viele Punkte hat Freddy gemacht, wenn die Saison vorbei ist?
Erstmal spielt Freddy jedes Spiel die Saison, das heißt 52 Spiele. Ich sag, ja, so ein Punkt pro Spiel ist drin. Irgendwas zwischen 50 und 55 Punkten.
Wie weit kommt, du hast es gerade schon angesprochen, wie weit kommt Edmonton dieses Jahr, Freddy?
Ich denke, dass Edmonton also um die Playoffs mitspielt. Und letztes Jahr war es ja eigentlich bis zum Ende, dass Edmonton da in dem Playoff-Race drin war. Ich denke mal, dieses Jahr wird das noch mal ein bisschen spannender. Und ja, dann denke ich mal, dass Edmonton auf jeden Fall mit dabei sein kann.
Wenn du Freddy das nächste Mal im Sommer wieder siehst, ist er deutscher Meister?
Ich hoffe es. Wie gesagt, immer noch großer Köln-Fan, großer KIC-Fan. Und ja, ich würde mir nichts mehr wünschen, als dass der Freddy und die Jungs ja, Meister werden und vor seiner Familie, vor seinen Freunden. Ich glaube, das wäre was Besonderes.
Eine Frage muss ich euch natürlich noch stellen. Jetzt nehmen wir nur mal an, es würde sich ergeben. Würdet ihr beide wieder die Weltmeisterschaft spielen? Also ich weiß, ich verstehe, du möchtest Playoffs lieber spielen.
Ja, klar. Ich entscheide sowas eigentlich immer gerne relativ spontan. Ich hatte bis jetzt eigentlich immer ja, viel Spaß bei der WM und ja, mir hat das viel Spaß gemacht, mit meinen alten Freunden wieder zusammenzuspielen. Und ja, wenn dem wieder so der Fall ist, dann ja, werde ich eine Entscheidung treffen.
Also ich denke mal bei mir, weil wir auch, sag ich mal, wie drüben ist das ja mit den Playoffs immer ein anderer Fall, aber Bei uns ist es nicht so, deswegen, wenn der Bundestrainer mich nominiert, dann werde ich auf jeden Fall dabei sein.
Dann sage ich herzlichen Dank für den schönen Golftag. Aber es gibt natürlich noch die Wettschulden einzulösen. Deswegen gehen wir jetzt noch kurz rein. Was muss auf einen guten Hamburger drauf? Du darfst es aussuchen.
Frederik, ich hätte gerne ein schönes Stück Fleisch, Käse, Bacon, Salat, Gurke, Tomätchen. Lecker.
Machen wir, kein Problem.
Du hast Getränk verloren. Schauen wir erst einen Freddy zu, wie er einen Hamburger macht.
Sehr gerne.
Und dann zapfst du. Was gibt's zum Trinken? Pilz oder Kölsch oder Weizen?
Kölsch.
Gibt's nur Kölsch.
Gibt nur Kölsch für euch
Gibt's nur
zwei.
Kölsch, ja.
Man fängt immer mit Öl an. Nicht so viel, weil sonst nicht so gut.
Ist dein erster Hamburger? Dein erster Hamburger ever?
Ja, den ich alleine mache. Also ich habe schon ein paar gegessen. So, da haben wir schon mal.
Verbrenn dich nicht, dass ich Probleme kriege mit den Kölner Haie.
So, schauen wir mal, oder?
Ja, kannst mal drehen. Bacon ist schon fertig. Wie macht das sich bisher?
Sehr gut. Ich habe Praktikum gemacht.
Praktikum.
Ich muss sagen, momentan macht das auch viel Spaß, essen zu gehen mit den Jungs. Machen viel zusammen nach dem Training und bietet sich einfach an. Wir sind so nah an der Stadt dran, und einfach in die Stadt zu fahren und dann nochmal eine Stunde zusammen abzuhängen und zu erzählen. Macht viel Spaß. Oder ich schnapp mir schon mal ein Buch und lese einfach.
Sehr schön. Was hast du als letztes gelesen? Komm, da wollen wir noch natürlich einen Buchtipp mitgeben.
Der Crash ist die Lösung.
Der Crash ist die Lösung. Geht's, lass mich raten, über Aktien, Geld,
Über Geld geht's, ja.
Finanzanlagen.
Ja, aber das ganze Bankensystem und
Du hast ja auch drüben, das müssen wir vielleicht mal kurz erklären, du hast im College ja gespielt
ja.
und hast ja auch Ausbildung gemacht, das im Finanzbereich. Gell?
Ja, Ausbildung nicht, aber mein Schwerpunkt war auf Finanzen und also einfach Finance, Business. Ich finde es einfach wichtig und interessant, mich selbst weiterzubilden. Und ich habe gedacht, wenn ich ein paar Bücher lese und mich so weiterbilde, dann passt das schon. Und dementsprechend versuche ich halt wirklich ein Buch im Monat zu lesen.
Cool. So, jetzt kommen die Brötchen drauf. Und in der Zwischenzeit schaue ich mal, wie sich unser Zapfkind macht, der Leon. Wo der eigentlich ist. Ja, man hat es dir schon gezeigt, wie es geht? Das Kölsch zapfen?
Ja, ein wenig, ja.
Ein wenig.
Ja.
So, jetzt würde ich sagen,
Ja.
wir müssen es nicht trinken, keine Sorge, aber er hat es verloren, also zapfen muss das.
Ja.
Und ihr zwei dürft es nicht trinken, weil ihr Spieler seid, deswegen trinke ich. Ich bin einfach ein guter Mensch. Also, aber hey, du musst das Kleine machen, das ist schwieriger.
Oh, okay. Dann,
Komm, probier erst mal
nee,
groß
komm,
und dann
ich mach das Kleine.
Kleine.
Ja.
Eigentlich ist es deins, gell? Du hast, also von der Wette hast du es gewonnen, möchte ich nur sagen. Du musst es nicht trinken. Also. Oh, schau mal. Schau mal, selbst beim Zapfen ist der Ehrgeiz da. Du musst aber ausmachen, ne?
Ja, genau. Ja, bisschen zu hoch, glaube ich, aber...
Chef, kann man das
was sagt der
durchgehen?
Chef?
So, auf jeden Fall. Ja.
Kann man durchgehen lassen, oder? Goldi, bitteschön.
Dankeschön, dann opfere ich mich jetzt dafür. Und wir schauen uns aber natürlich auch noch an, wie der Hamburger ausschaut. Nee, es ist ein Cheeseburger-Wirt. Entschuldigung.
Ja,
Cheeseburger-Wirt.
Bacon Cheeseburger.
Bacon Cheeseburger. Ja, dann schauen wir uns natürlich an, wie der Bacon Cheeseburger wird. So, es geht in die Endphase. Der Signature Burger Leon Dreiseitel wird fertig.
Sieht gut aus.
Hast du ihn so vorgestellt?
Ja, so in der Art. Der Freddy macht das schon ganz gut. Sehr vorsichtig, wie man sieht. Jörgchen.
So.
Sprecht ihr eigentlich Kölsch? Will ihr zur Zweizeit oder verarscht ihr euch nur damit?
Nur reine Verarsche.
Blödsinn.
Schau mal jetzt aber, ha?
Job nach der Karriere.
Ja. Viele fangen erst so an.
hören auch so auf.
Manche hören so auf. Wir hoffen es nicht,
Wow.
dass es nur Hamburger machen ist.
Ja.
Vielleicht lernst du ein paar andere Speisen dazu.
Pommes? Ja. Gibt keinen?
Pommes gibt's halt nicht.
Warum?
Keine
eingekauften?
Nein. Heute ist nur Protein und wir gehen nicht auf Carbs.
Ach so, okay.
Das heißt, du lässt das Brot weg, oder was? Ich würde vorschlagen, wir essen den Hamburger jetzt. Und auf dem Weg schon mal herzlichen Dank für den Tag. Hat echt Spaß gemacht im Golfplatz draußen. Eine geile Saison für euch zwei. Viel
Vielen
Erfolg.
Dank.
Und wir sehen uns vielleicht wieder zur WM.
Curved round and created the angle. Excellent turn of speed from Tobias Rieder. The Munich man. Down the centre of the ice. Getting in behind. Could only find the blocker of Shilovs. Excellent reactions covering that far stick. Wagner. Sider in low. The deflection there that took the pace of that puck into the path of Stutzler. Didn't quite get his bearings. Dreisaitl and Stutzler in the near corner. The two key men for Germany on that forward line. Paterka on the ice as well. But Latvia turning it over. Trying to get through at the other end. With Schmidt firing it towards the near side. Back and behind the German net, they try and play it in front. Germany well positioned, and now Sider leading the breakaway, firing it in towards the near corner. Szymanski out for. Latvia trying to create some offense. Been a pretty even start to this third period. Not much in the way of shooting opportunities for either side. They're trying to turn it back round in front again. Germany closing the net very well. Visman slowing things down, allowing both teams to freshen it up a wee bit. Now the reset. Germans flooding forwards. Ill trying to break clear, unable to break beyond Balinskis. Helbler. Again, Latvian captain De Galvins with him, but now Storm takes over. Tense moments these. The next goal could be pivotal in a game of what has been in this period limited opportunities. Support coming from the crowd here at the Milano Row Ice Hockey Arena for both Germany and for Latvia. Latvia, they won't feel like they're punching above their weight at all and being able to go toe-to-toe with Germany, despite the fact that when these sides last met at the 2024 World Championships, Germany ran out with a bit of an 8-1 rout in the end. It's just the second Olympic meeting between the two. And Latvia on course for a result. And an Olympic Games. Could it be victory? Now bursting into the German zone, trying to arc their way around. And then it's bundled in towards round the back. Germany surviving that. Now with a 2-on-2. Paterka to Dreisaitl, arcing from the right and nearly getting the effort on goal. Just makes it look so effortless, Dreisaitl. Again, quickly shooting through the ice. Paterka, space in the centre. Thought about the shot. Didn't make connection with the puck. Paterka stops it dead. Squares it up in front of the net. Big save as Stutzler is denied by Shilovs. And even on the rebound there, the Latvian goalie standing firm to keep the scores at this break. Germany 2, Latvia 2. Currently joint 14th with 28, the Ottawa Senators. This is a chance right in front of net, bit of space. One timer straight into Shilovs, who had that goal well covered. Now there's going to be a penalty for cross-checking, and Germany will get a power play as Dreisaitl was on the receiving end of that infringement.
Latvia penalty 55, 2 minutes cross-checking.
Roberts Momcic, 2 minutes in the box. Clear cross-check in the back of Leon Dreisaitl, and we talked about that German physicality. Latvia overstepping the mark there. He'll be licking his lips now, Dreisaitl and co, at this opportunity with the 5-on-4. Both teams have had plenty of practice in this game on the power play. Paterka with the first effort. Germany will look to keep on the dominance now. Seider just had to lean to his left to keep that puck alive. Back under Germany's spell again, though. Bit of patience before the Germans will look to unleash just in front of the net. It's a scrap, and Latvia are able to stand firm. Szymanski was the one in front of the net, unable to snaffle up the opportunity. Stutzler. Back for Seider. Dreisaitl right, Stutzler left. Dreisaitl now. The Latvians well camped in. Dreisaitl looks to take aim. Doesn't really create what he wanted there. It was blocked at source. Seider to Stutzler. Dreisaitl to his right. Szymanski making moves. Interception coming in, and now an opportunity for a 3-1 breakaway here. Oh, it's a rebound that came across the face of goal, and now it's presented. Dreisaitl with the opportunity. The crowd roars as Dreisaitl comes forward, and it's very, very strongly dealt with by a solid Ulvis Balinskis on the back check. Visman. Lands the way of Latvia. Grabauer desperately coming out of his crease to keep that puck moving for Germany, whose opportunity on this power play is rapidly evaporating now. And Latvia back to full strength. Well, physically taxing on Latvia to be down a player for those 2 minutes. But what could that do to the atmosphere in this game? Now they've survived that as they're through 1-on-1 and then they get the goal. Latvia lead for the first time. And what a time to get it. Edwards Trough devastating on the breakaway. And just moments after surviving with the penalty kill, Latvia stunned the Germans down the other end, and Filip Grabauer is beaten, and Latvia lead 3-2. And look what it means to the Latvian bench. Harry Svitolins can't contain his delight. Now, the Germans trying to show their teeth with an immediate response. Latvia leading in this game, thanks to Edwards Trough. And that is a massive moment for Latvia. Well, still more than half of this third period to go. And this will be a test of Germany's superpower now, because it's the first time in Milano Cortina where they've been behind. Moments as well after having a 5-on-4 opportunity. Stutzler, Dreisaitl, puck gets away from him. Grubauer bowing his head as the puck went past him for that 3-2 goal. Looked like a high stick, but the possession is back with Latvia. And so the officials are happy to continue play, and Latvia are happy as well, because they break into the German zone. The Turka with a big hit, the puck's still alive, it deflects and spins wide. There's a Latvian helmet still on the ice. It's right in the circle in the German zone. Germany coming away now. Gavanka spinning it round the back. Reichel onto it. Big effort in these final 10 minutes now for Germany to try and get back here, and for Latvia to try and hold out. As it was a blocker raised by Shilovs to tip that one over. Germany fighting to get the puck back. Gavanka, not much zip on that one. It'll be easy for Shilovs to deal with it behind his net. Jaks rebounding the puck down that far side. Muller. Visman. Some swaz on that one, but Latvia have it back. Now maybe an opportunity for a 2-on-1 break here if they move it quick enough. Held up at the circle. Sensible move. Latvia with an opportunity to build some offence. Schmidt trying to get away. Past Storm. Holding it up near the backboard. Can they get it out in front? Yes, they can. And Latvia score a fourth. Renards Krastenbergs has the German shell-shocked. And Latvia may be on course for their first Olympic victory since Sochi 2014. Smits, the 18-year-old, working it to his veteran captain around the net, and then out in front for Krastenbergs, who was well placed and clinical in firing past Grubauer. And he backs up his goal against the United States with a crucial one here against Germany. Latvia on course for an historic day for their men's ice hockey programme. Their 6th Olympic Games. Disappointing one in Beijing for them, finishing 11th without victory. But it could be their first win at this level in 12 years, and it could come as well against Germany with their star names that they've brought here to Milano Cortina. Paterka, cross for Seider. Of course, the first 2 Latvia goals to twice get them level, both on the power play, the second one a 5-on-3, but to get 2 equal strength goals like that, particularly at 3-2, just survived the power play that Germany had, and then they went 3-2 up. Reichel round the back. Biggest test of Germany's mettle so far in Milano Cortina. There's the score of Krastenbergs, getting it into the central zone, and again, more impressive work from the captain, Dalgovins. Every inch on that rink is a battle. Germany trying to win the fight, but Latvia are the ones on top. Puck break for Realists. Muller can try and restore some authority now, trying to work some space and reset the German move. But they're into the final 6 minutes, and they haven't really created much offence since going 4-2 behind. Stunned by that Krastenbergs goal. Yaks through the centre. Grubauer out of his crease. Again, the relentless forecheck from Latvia, making life difficult for Germany, who do find a way out. Awkward one for Shilovs. Combination of skate and stick. Germany now are in the Latvia zone. Seider back on the ice. Wagner. Not much that Shilovs could do there. It was almost a loose puck in the centre of the Latvia zone, but it's the white jerseys onto it first. Krastenbergs round the back on his own. Trying to see off 2 German players. Not quite managing. Germany this time can play their way out. They've got Dreisaitl on the ice, Paterka and Stutzler as well. They need a moment of magic here, Germany. And Latvia, despite the fact that Been no pause in play since that 4-2 goal. Trying to keep it tight enough, and have done so far. Dreisaitl to Muller. Dreisaitl behind him, but Muller goes right instead for Stutzler. Stutzler arcing round, trying to fire in a shot. It loops around the back of the net. Muller onto it first. Dreisaitl there with him. Seen away to the blue line. Wisman. The Turker for Muller. Dreisaitl running off the back of him. The Turkers on the blue line, advancing with it now. Low shot blocked at source. Again, a heavy check there from Latvia, but the wrist was the left space behind for Stutzler. Couldn't make enough contact with it, and Latvia are able to get the puck long and clear. Dreisaitl. Keldler looking for Stutzler. He can't make it stick. Latvia just digging in now as Germany will look to be relentless with the pressure between now and the end. Reichel back, takes a deflection which carries that puck long and back into the German zone. Vital seconds ticking away as Latvia look to close in on an historic victory. Germany with the opportunity in this game to back up their opening victory against Denmark and make it 2 from 2. But it's not going their own way, and the goal that has put daylight between the two, number 9 Renat Krastenbergs, smits the 18-year-olds, combining with Daugavins, the 37-year-old, and they were able to assist Krastenbergs to score what might be the crucial winner. That's the goal that put them at 3-2 ahead. Schalmax and Krastenbergs with the goals. As Germany now have a bit of a huddle because they're going to go 6 on 5. Grubauer has been stood down to leave the empty net and to try and overpower the Latvians in their own zone. Final 3 minutes and Germany going all out, 6 on 5 to try and get one back and then create some late drama. Stutzler loses the hook there and is unable to get any sort of shot away. Sider then fires it through with venom. Comes back for Stutzler again. 2 Germans in front of the net here to try and create that uncertainty in front of Shilov's goal. Stutzler, bodies in front of him. Dreisaitl tries to thread it eye of a needle into the slot. It then loops up, isn't away. Dreisaitl square for Stutzler. Pile of bodies, but the puck goes through, and Germany get a vital goal to half the arrears with 2:19 remaining in the match. Germany just overpowering the Latvians in their own zone, causing chaos. And they couldn't deal with the looping puck. It deflects in ultimately off of Kristaps Zila. But it will go down as a Stutzler goal. His 3rd of these Olympic Winter Games. And the 6 on 5 has worked. And now the pressure's on both teams. Well, Stutzler's had plenty of attempts in this match and finally comes up trumps. Germany going 6 on 5 once again. They're serious about getting this equaliser now. Stutzler. Dreisaitl, Sider, fires it. There's an angle there, is there, as they try and work it back in front. It's still alive, the puck, and then hammered clear by Latvia. Icing called, and that pressure will not relent on Artus Shilov's goal. Comes back in front. Shilov's got that initial block in there on his front door, and then it comes back round the other side, and Reichel hits the other post. Grubauer still off the ice. Germany sacrificing the goaltender to go all-out attack. They have to in order to find this leveller. Peterka. Draisaitl turns on a dime and then back for Seider. Deflects up and over, and it will be a face-off in the Latvia zone. The Germans putting two players in front of the net, making life really difficult for Chilvos. Germany have all their juggernauts on the ice. Seider being one of them. Another effort from him down the throat of Shilovs. Stutzler arcing round. Who will it be for Germany that steps up here? Seider with a third shot in a row that Shilovs gets right behind and absorbs every bit of energy in that puck. Grubauer can only watch. So can they. Draisaitl, such a specialist on the face-off. The 30th one that he's competed in the match. So much tension on that face-off. Third time lucky though, and we're able to get back underway. Draisaitl to Stutzler. Seider waits on the blue line. Three centrally in front of the net for Germany momentarily. Draisaitl, final minute of the match. Can he create the opportunity? There's almost the opening there. Somehow blocked by the pads, and the play will be stopped around the back of the net. Tempers boiling over slightly at this crucial juncture of the match, but Artūrs Šilovs has spread eagle himself to block that front door with his pad and stop the puck creeping through. If you look at Reichel on the right of your screen, thought there that he'd been able to just plod it through. Deflects off the skate of the Latvian Cibulski. And then stopped by Šilovs. Almost escaped into his own net there by Cibulskis. Germany calling a timeout. Both teams do get a timeout each over the course of the match, only rarely used, and when they are used it is for pivotal moments like this. Just 52 left on the clock. Latvia doing so much work to get themselves ahead in this final period, but this will be their stiffest test yet. We've already faced 3 German power plays, and this effectively has been an extra 2 or 3 minutes of German power play as they go 6 on 5. 6 on 5 has already got Germany 1 goal back. Will it get them another? Or maybe Latvia can get a breakaway. Of course, the empty net means that as soon as they do get that puck, they have a decision to make. Whether they take the risk of going for goal or whether it will risk being an icing. And then the puck comes right down the other end once again. Seider firing it in. Spinning puck as it deflects wide. Frantic play from Latvia. And they do swipe it clear. But it will be an icing. And it does kill some momentum for Germany. But that puck is coming right back down the ice at them once again, Latvia. 17 more seconds to see this one through. Germany trying to put on the heavy offence here. It's now or never, but Latvia might be able to come through with it. Just halted in their progress. And turned away. It will be icing once again. 4 seconds remaining on the clock. The Latvians in the crowd bracing themselves for what would be an historic victory here in Milano Cortina. Can Latvia see out what would be their first victory at an Olympic Games since 2014? Now or never for Germany, but Latvia win the face-off. And if they can keep it in that corner, then that will be that. What a moment for Latvia. Their first win at an Olympic Winter Games in men's ice hockey in 12 years. And it's come against the German juggernaut. Full-time in Group C in a classic encounter here in Milano Cortina. It is Latvia who beat Germany 4-3. Germany humbled by a fantastic Latvian display, full of grit, full of spirit, but they had the quality to get those 2 goals in the final period, which gave them that daylight that not even Leon Draisaitl could overturn. Proud moment for captain Kaspars Daugavins. As they now turn to their adoring crowd. What a moment. One they will never forget. The Germans will be quick to put this one out of their minds, though. Seems to cherish the Latvian ice hockey. A hockey-mad nation, proud today in Milano Cortina. Just a second Olympic meeting between Germany and Latvia, and it was one to remember. Germany, just like in their first game, quickly out of the traps with the opening goal after just 2 minutes of this one. But a spirited Latvian fight back meant that going into the power play, they were able to level things up at 1 apiece. The Germans, though, were quick to fire back in front, although that one slightly against the run of play, and it looked like normal order had been resumed. In the second period, it was one of ill discipline. There were 5 penalties in total over the course of the 20 minutes, and it was while 5-on-3, Latvia were able to level things up for the second time in the match. Grabau were beaten, And it wasn't to be for the first time as the third period really ramped up. Latvia managing to steal a 2-goal lead, and Germany went all out 6 on 5, relentlessly trying to level things up. Stutzler got one back, but it was not enough as Latvia saw out an historic win here. Two power play goals for Latvia. That will probably please them as, well, really it was those 2 goals that were crucial in getting them that late advantage that saw them home. Germany peppered the Latvian net in the end. They were up on the shot count, but could not level proceedings. And what it all means is that Group C is wide open. Latvia getting their first 3 points on the board, with Denmark still to come. The Germans needing to get something from the United States of America to try and get as high up the rankings as possible to book their quarter-final spot. Well, both set of supporters probably taking their collective breath. Well, a moment that those Latvians will never forget, as their nation producing one of their finest moments in their history of Olympic ice hockey. They've defeated Germany 4-3 in an absolute classic in Group C. The group wide open and plenty still to play for.